and gals. Look. What are the three types of muscle?
Voluntary, involuntary.
No. Skeletal, cardiac, and smooth. Right. And on the test, which ones are voluntary?
Skeletal.
Only. Which ones are involuntary?
Cardiac and smooth.
And who's striated?
The
Cardiac and skeletal. So cardiac kind of has a little bit of both. Does that make sense? Okay. And the next thing, we know this from lab. What's a ligament do for us?
Bone to bone.
That's right. Ligament, bone to bone, tendon. Tendon, what?
Bone to muscle.
Bone to muscle and aponeurosis. That connective tissue.
Or bone check.
Muscle to muscle.
Oh, I have muscle to bone or bone to bone.
No.
No?
Keep it simple.
Bone to bone.
Bone to bone here.
Bone to bone.
Bone to muscle here. Muscle to muscle here. Keep it simple. Alrighty? Think about it. Don't we have an abdominal aponeurosis? What bones are down here?
Okay, so
Just
that's
PT was
muscle.
way off.
Right? No bones here. Okay. Now, as far as the coverings, we need to learn these coverings.
Excuse me.
What's epi mean? On the outside. Okay? What does peri mean? Around. And what does endo mean? Inside. Okay? So, let's go to the lab picture and here. What we're trying to explain, not the lab picture, but to the PowerPoint picture. What we're saying is one muscle cell is covered by an endomysium. Myo means, here, put this in your notes since we're in the muscles here. Myo, mice, not miss, okay? And sarco all mean muscle, okay? So whenever you see these prefixes, we're always talking about muscle. 10-4? And you tell me, what does this mean?
Nerve.
That means always means nerve. Okay? All right. Bundled around one muscle cell is the endomysium connective tissue. A group of muscles is covered by a perimysium, but the whole bicep femoris, or the whole triceps brachii, is covered by a connective tissue called epimysium. Now, have you cut into a ham before and seen bundles of muscles with that silvery connective tissue around each one? Yeah, that's what bundles of connective tissue. Around the outside is the epi, around each bundle is the peri, like perimeter of your yard, okay? But around one muscle cell, which you can't see, is microscopic, is an endomysium, all right? Guess what? Your nerves are bundled exactly the same way. So, what would I call the covering around one nerve?
Perineural.
Endo. Like covering one muscle is endo, one nerve is endo. What do I call the covering around a bundle of nerves? Perineurium. What would I call it around the entire sciatic nerve? Epineurium. Got it? So let's take a quick look at some models here. And hopefully it'll kind of bring it home to you. Where's my other? Dang it. Oh, here we go. Staring it right in the face and I can't even see it. All right. This is one muscle cell. Okay? What are all these things inside? These are called myofibrils, little tiny fibers. Got it? All right. Do you see this? This is the sarcoplasm, which is the membrane of the muscle cell. But see this crisscross stuff? This is the connective tissue, which is the endomysium. This is the connective tissue that protects. Got it? Okay. Now look over here. This is one nerve, one neuron. You got to put this here, okay? That's the axon. See, that's the membrane of the axon. But what's this? That's the connective tissue. Do you see how it looks a lot alike? Got it? So, this is around one muscle cell. So this is endomysium. This is connective tissue around one neuron. So this is endoneurium. Got it? And this is the neurolemma, which is the membrane of the cell. And this is the sarcolemma, which is the covering of the cell. Okay? All right. Now, why do we need to know this? Because guess who tells all of your nerves to contract? A nerve. See it? This is called a what? Neuromuscular junction. This is where your nerves are telling your muscles, especially your skeletal muscles, when to contract. Because remember, it's voluntary. This has to send a message to make this contract. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Now, that gets us through this. All right? What I need you to understand is that all these little myofibrils, these little fibers that together makes one muscle cell. The muscle cell, by the way, is also known as a muscle fiber. Okay? Why? Because if you tease it apart, we've got little fibers. Okay? Like a fiber optic cable made out of little fibers. When you are working out and you build up your muscles a la Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, are you adding more muscle cells? No. What are you adding? Because you're adding more myofibrils. You're adding more little fibers. You're adding more of these little guys here inside each muscle cell. Got it? That's why, have you seen pictures of people who were in the concentration camps in World War II? What do they look like? Skin and bones. Why? Because their muscles, all of these little things in here deteriorated down to like 1 or 2. They still have all their muscles, but every muscle is like a guitar string in size. Got it? But with enough nutrition and whatnot, they got back to normal. Are you with me? That's what I'm saying. Now, there's 2 words that we need to know. We might have already talked about these. Hyperplasia and hypertrophy. Now, we don't pronounce it hypertrophy, we call it hypertrophy. That's how you pronounce it. Which one of these means I'm going to get bigger in size? Trophy. Which one means I'm going to get bigger because I'm growing more muscle cells? Okay. Now, which type of muscle grows this way? I just hinted it to you. Which muscle? Skeletal. We don't grow more cells. Each cell gets bigger in size. So what kind of muscle grows by adding more cells? Smooth. Okay? Your smooth muscles cannot get bigger. We have to grow more of them. And the classic example would be you ladies. How big is your uterus right now with no baby inside? This big. How big is your uterus before you give birth? This big. Did each muscle stretch that big, or do you just have more muscle cells? More muscle cells. Got it? Because smooth muscle doesn't get bigger, we grow more of them. Got it? And the cool thing is, that's very important because give me a place besides the uterus that we have smooth muscle. Your intestines. Okay? So if your intestines get hurt, or you have to have your intestines resected, you know what that means, right? Cut out a piece and put it back together again. Are you going to grow more smooth muscle, or does each one that's there get bigger? Yeah. And what's something else that gets cut all the time and has to be replaced? Blood vessels. And we don't replace it by having bigger muscles, we replace it by having more muscles. Got it? We grow more of the muscle cells to cover it up. Got it? What else do we grow more cells rather than growing the cells that are left bigger? Your skin. Don't you get cuts on you and scrapes? Do we simply have a bigger skin cell, or do we grow more cells to fill in the hole? Are you with me? Does cardiac muscle regrow? No. It's replaced with scar tissue. Don't I know it? Okay? All right. Everybody cool? All right, let's go back to your study guide and see what else we need to know. I wish I had 2 screens, but I don't. So we got to do what we got to do. All right. Parts of the skeletal muscle fiber, mostly for lab. We'll talk about that in a minute. All righty. What do I need to know? Well, at the neuromuscular junction, where the nerve talks to a muscle, we have this. What, that's a your study guide?
You just have different highlights.
You have different highlights.
What do you have highlighted here?
Everything on that list. For motor neuron, motor end plate, synapse.
Oh, okay. For lab, you do need to know all. For chapter test, no.
So this is chapter test.
That's chapter test.
Okay.
Right? See, and that's why it says here parts of, mostly for lab identification.
Okay.
So I'm identifying some lab stuff for you.
Okay.
This is the end of an axon. It's called the bouton, okay? And it's from here that we release neurotransmitters. They go across a gap called the synaptic cleft. Got it? And they land here on receptors on the muscle itself. Got it? We call this nerve a motor neuron because motor neurons tell your muscles what to do. Does that make sense? Besides, sensories go into your brain, motors come out of your brain. Got it? To tell your muscles what to do. Are everybody there? We call the part of the muscle that the nerve talks to the motor end plate. If you notice on this particular model, do you see how these boutons are talking to this scalloped area? They're not talking to the smooth area, they're talking to the scalloped area. Got it? And that's on purpose, because in each of these little dips on that scalloped area, in each of these little dips, what do I have to have here for this to work? Receptors.
Wait, which one's the scalp there?
Yeah, see the little zigzag? And you can see it on the side here too, the zigzag. Okay? That's what this is. That represents, because it's only here that we have the correct receptors for the neurotransmitters that are being sent out here. Alrighty?
That's gonna be the motor end plate.
That's the motor end plate.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay? Where the receptors are. We also call this side the presynaptic membrane, and we call this side the postsynaptic membrane, because the synapse is the gap where the two come together. Alrighty? Now, something else we need to know. Do you see these little circles here? These hold your neurotransmitters, and what do we call them? Vesicles. Synaptic vesicles. They hold neurotransmitters, and the one you need to know for this test is what? Acetylcholine, short ACH, because this is the neurotransmitter by which nerves talk to your skeletal muscle. Got it? Hopefully this is a 112 concept from last time. Okay, good. How are we doing? Good? All right. Now, did you guys look at your 12 steps out of order? Do you have them with you?
I was doing
Did you put them in the correct order?
I printed them and cut them apart, so I can print.
Okay. All right. Here is what I want to do then. I don't have enough time to go over all that stuff. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go through what I can. But when it comes to the hardest part of the test, which is these 12 steps, I want you to do what you can, but please have some idea of what the 12 steps in order are going to be. Here's a hint. The end of each sentence is the beginning of the next sentence. Does that help you?
The letter?
The words. For example, Mr. Weber came through the door and into the room. The next sentence should be, in the room, he goes to the projector. Does that make sense? Next sentence, he turns the projector on. Isn't that the last concept? Does that make sense?
So on the projector.
The
Like that?
and on, yeah.
Like,
She's still stuck on the projector part.
no.
The 12 sentences kind of flow together. Got it? When we get together on Thursday, since we were so rudely interrupted last Thursday, you're going to get into teams and you are going to put those 12 steps together properly. Once you have that, you're going to tape them on the board in the correct order, but leave me some room because I'm going to draw this and identify all the steps. And we're going to see how close you were to putting those 12 steps in the correct order. Fair enough? Okay. Okay. Now, what we need to do is at least understand some of these possible test questions. So I'm going to go through those real quickly. What does influx mean?
Come into.
It's got to come into. Got it? It's got to come into a cell. And the only way we can release these neurotransmitters is for what to enter?
Sodium.
No.
Cal.
Calcium. Okay? Do you remember the 5 reasons we need calcium in the blood? Well, one of them is to make your nerves work. If we did not have any calcium out here to go inside these little holes, this stuff could never come out. So nerves couldn't work. Does that make sense? Later on, as you're looking at your 12 steps, I need calcium to do this. So I need calcium for my muscles to contract. And if I don't have calcium in my diet, I'm going to have to steal it from my bones. Who helps you steal the calcium from your bones and puts it in your blood? PTH, parathyroid hormone. And what cell does the digging? Osteoclasts. Remember, blasts build, BB, clasts cut it out, okay? Clast cut, CC, all right? So PTH cell, the osteoclast, dig that calcium out of your bones. We need it, for blood clotting and all the other things we talked about. Okay, good. So, when we start making an action potential, sending a message down your muscles to contract, what has to come in? Sodium. Calcium to release the neurotransmitter, but once the neurotransmitter makes it to the motor end plate, the first thing we do is open sodium channels to get the sodium in. Got it? And that does this. Well, do you want to be like this the whole day? Yes or no?
No.
So, I have to send what out of my muscle cell to relax? Potassium. Sodium in, potassium out. Got it? And then we have to understand that our myofibrils, these little guys here, they move. You're not recording me? I thought you were going to help out. She actually knows this stuff. She goes, okay, well, here, teach. Okay. Do Do you see these little guys, red and blue? Okay? This is called the sliding filament theory. Because are they sliding over each other? Yes, they are. Okay? Now, please note, who's moving, the red or the blue?
Red.
The red are called the actin because they are active, and the blue ones are the myosin. They just sit there. But myo means, yeah, so these guys are the ones that make your muscles contract. Got it? Thousands and thousands of times in one cell. Do you see this? Does it look like a Z, a zigzag? Well, this is called a Z-disc. And from Z-disc to Z-disc, we call this a sarcomere. What's a mer or a mere? A unit. And what is sarco? A muscle unit, sarcomere. Got it? Now, do you see how when they're far apart, we have this and this? Got it? Well, where they are together, that's a dark band. And where they're not together, that's a light band. Does that make sense? That's why your muscles are striated with dark and light colors. What you talking about, Willis? Right here. See how they're dark and light? Got it? And do you see the little black lines here? See the little black lines between the dark and the light? Guess what the black lines are? The Z-discs. Those are the Z-discs, the little tiny black lines. They're the Z-disc. Okay? See that? Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it?
So it's not a dark line where the actin and the myosin are still together?
Yeah, or they're over each other, so it's darker. And where they're not, it's a light band.
Okay.
Now, they call the light band the I band, and they call the dark band the, I forgot what it was. You got it right there. Okay, I don't know why they call, I would call the light one L and the dark one D, but they didn't. Okay, little tiny black lines of the Z discs. So, just by looking at this one muscle cell, do you see how many thousands of sarcomeres there are? Because that little tiny thing is just that little model right there. One little black line, okay? So it's amazing how they were able to dissect it all the way down to see this kind of stuff happening, alrighty? Now, which one is a contracted muscle? This or this? Okay, that's a contracted muscle, got it? Now watch what's happening. This open area in the middle is called the H zone. So when I am contracting my muscle, what's my H zone doing? Getting smaller, okay? Now, what is it from Z to Z? A sarcomere. So when I'm constricting my muscles, what is my sarcomere doing? It's getting smaller too. Are you with me? That's the answer to one of the test questions. What gets smaller? H zone and the sarcomere. Got it? Now, here's this question. Which one of these two moves? And the answer is only the active. The myosin stays put. These little things here are called heads, and what they do is they grab the actin and pull them together. But just like my arms don't leave my body, I just grab and go like this. Got it?
Like Velcro?
I guess. Yeah, they grab it like Velcro. Okay? All right. Got it?
So what gets smaller again? What gets smaller? What gets smaller?
Oh, what gets smaller? The sarcomere itself, because the Z's get together, but the H zone gets smaller till it disappears. That's that zone in the middle. Yeah. I mean, they got this big stop thing here, so you can't go any farther, but
And
it
that's
would
the
be.
line, that's the Z.
That's the Z. That's the Z.
What's this one?
That's called the M line, which is in the middle of the H zone. Don't ask me why they gave them with it. But the H zone is where the actins haven't touched, and the M line is the middle.
Which one's the A?
Huh?
Which one's the A? The A band?
A band and the I band. The A band is the dark one, isn't it?
I think it's just the middle.
Says wherever it's dark. Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. We'll show you. It's coming up. Okay. Now, this is very important. If I'm constantly putting my sodium into my muscle, and I'm constantly sending potassium out of my muscle, is that a good idea? No, because when I have potassium too high in my blood, my heart will stop. Remember, that's in the lethal injection. So after we do this a couple of times, we need to put everything back where it belongs with our sodium potassium pump. I've got to pump and force the sodium back out into my blood and force the potassium back into my cells. Got it? That's why the potassium levels in your blood is like a 4, but the sodium in your blood is 140. Got it?
Sodium out of blood and potassium back into muscles.
Yes, because I don't want the potassium in my blood at too high a level. Okay? Your potassium level should be about 4.2 in your blood. My doctor flipped out when the last blood test had me at 6.2. And I'm going, well, that's not that much. He goes, if it goes up one more point, you're dead. So we got to do something. And he said, did you eat 12